Hey guys, thanks for jumping on. So we're out here in Maple Grove, Minnesota. This is the building that was on fire. You can see a little spot of smoke right there above the doorway. Right now they're just ventilating the structure. This property looks like it was under construction. You can see the dumpster out back. We got a ladder truck here. We got an engine. We got North Memorial down there, ambulance service for this area. And you can see multiple fire crews up here. Looks like they're pretty much wrapping up everything. And they're just ventilating at this point. Hey Chopper, let me add you as a mod real quick. Hey Duluth Now, News Now. Apple, thanks for jumping on. So this is Duluth, Minnesota. So the house was appears to be under construction, and fire appears to be out. They're just ventilating right now. What you see, that little red thing in front of the doorway, it's a fan blowing air into the house to get all the smoke out. So this is Maple Grove Tower 11 right out here. Not sure what engine this is, but the crews are just kind of wrapping up right now. Looks like one firefighter is gearing up to possibly go inside. I caught some stuff the other day. I haven't had even time to release any videos. No mainstream media out here. Thanks, I appreciate everyone jumping in. This is a structure fire fisherman in a box. Appears the fire's out. Crews are now just slowly ventilating right now. The call came out approximately 15-20 minutes ago. See if I can zoom in a little bit for you guys here so you can see a lot of smoke. You can see above that window there where there was a little bit of smoke damage to the structure. Thank you, thank you, Chopper. So it looks like there's a couple firefighters getting ready to go into the structure now. Again, this is a house fire in Maple Grove, Minnesota. Fire's out. Looks like they're just checking for extensions and any possible extension means fire that's in a wall or anything like that. So in the fire service, we refer that to as a trash line. It's basically inch and a half, inch and a quarter line. You can see them spraying off their boots. Sorry about that. Just cleaning off your gear, which is a big thing. You don't want anything on your gear because it's an uncombustible material on your gear, and then what will happen is it can reignite if you go into a fire and then you start on fire. You used to be in the fire service, you didn't want, it was kind of a sign having dirty gear, melted shields and things like that, and as we've grown in the fire service, we learned it's actually a bad thing to have. So, you see a couple firefighters in the window there. Chief is the white helmet there. That's how you can always determine a chief, is they have a white helmet. Almost every fire department I've ever been to has a chief is a white helmet. This was an unoccupied structure. Appears to be under construction. There's a dumpster over there. No one was home at the time. A passerby called this in as a structure fire. So one thing a lot of people don't see is all this gear that the firefighters bring out, it all has to be washed and put back into the truck. There's been a few fires here. We had a bunch in Cohasset Park, controlled burns. I captured that a couple days ago. So this is an unoccupied structure, no one home at the time. There's still a lot of work every time a fire crew rolls out to one of these scenes. You can see there a firefighter grabbing a Halligan bar. So all this equipment that they're bringing in there to tear apart the structure to make sure there's no fire in the walls or anything like that. Yes, we have gas. Our gas isn't too bad. I think we're at like $2.80 a gallon, roughly $2.70, $2.80 a gallon for regular unleaded 87 octane. When I was down in Georgia, when we had our gas shortage, any firefighter, all you have to do is present your ID, any type of emergency services, and you were able to get fuel at gas stations that were closed down. I have heard reports in Asheville, North Carolina, a lot of gas stations are out of gas or closed. I've also heard Georgia is hurting right now. It's over $4 a gallon. Florida is out of gas. That pipeline does not affect us here in the Midwest. South Carolina's out of gas too. Hey, Thin Blue Line Slayer, thanks for jumping on. So one thing you can see there, what they're spraying is they're spraying a mixture of water and foam. We used to use AFFF foam, which there's been a lot of lawsuits involved with the cancer causing particulates in AFFF foam. What you see the chief getting there, his board, that is, the firefighters all have tags to go in and out. That's how they keep track of everybody. So that's how they know which firefighters are inside and which ones are out. So something happens, they know how many firefighters are in there and out, and they can get to you. Hey Tim, thanks for tuning in from Western Colorado. Appreciate it. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't get to see, but this is what a lot of firefighting is. It's really slow, not a lot of high-paced action. This is kind of what it is when you're a firefighter. It's a lot of hurry up and wait, hurry up and work the fires down. Now, once these firefighters get done, they're going to bring the trucks back to the station, wash the trucks, wash all the equipment, and get ready to go on the next call. Make sure everything's put back in place, make sure none of the equipment's broken. Yeah, not a problem. This is what I used to do. It's kind of weird for me to stand back here, but I can tell you everything that they're doing because I was there at one time. I wore that gear. That's what makes independent journalism so great. We all have different backgrounds. Right now in Minnesota, it's mostly clear and 60 degrees outside, so this is a relatively nice night. The bucks haven't come out yet, but you can see them really trying to hit around that windowsill area. Zoom out here so you can see them loading up. If you hear that, that's the tone for the fire pagers. That's what makes them beep. It's a 2-part tone system. So you can see them loading up all their gear on the trucks, getting it ready to go to the next one. I want to thank MN Crime on Twitter for alerting me to this fire and what's going on. Without MN Crime, I wouldn't know most of the information I have. Yeah, a ship fire you cannot call a local fire department for. You're right, Chopper. You're kind of stuck on the ship. Where in Maple Grove is this? This is kind of the south. Hold on, I'll get you the map pin location here. Show you where we're at. So we're going to be at 14228 68th Place North in Maple Grove. So if that kind of helps you out a little bit to let you know where we're at, just south of Fish Lake. The map is pointed north to the top, south to the bottom. So that bell that you just heard is the air packs. Oh, you're so welcome for the stream. Thank you for jumping on and tuning in. So the bell that you guys heard is the air pack of that firefighter that was just taking it off. What that bell does is it allows you to know when you're running low on air, the bell starts to go off. And that lets you know you're running out of air. The packs that they wear are not oxygen, which a lot of people report as oxygen. They are actually regular air that get pumped in from an air compressor, essentially, into the tanks back at the fire station. Or if there's a truck out here with that capability, they'll do that as well. The other thing they do is they allow you to... I think it's a 15-minute warning depending on the pack. But what they do is they let you know you got about 15 minutes of regular room air, not oxygen, just regular room air in that pack. Depending on the pack, there's 30-minute and 45 and 60-minute air packs you can get with the fire service. But that is normal operation. So if you are working a structure fire, you're working hard, that 15-minute warning can actually be like about 5 minutes. There's certain breathing strategies you learn, skip breaths, holding your breath, a lot of different training you go through when you're in the fire service. Because I've been in the fire service for over 10 years. That's how I know. I started out as an explorer for 4.5 years, and then I was a firefighter for probably another cumulatively 7-8 years or so, both in Minnesota and in Georgia. Again, I'm just going to show you guys here. MN Crime gets out tons of information to everybody. Without MN Crime, I would not know about most of these things. Hennepin County Sheriff's Department has encrypted their radios, so we cannot hear what is going on. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry I'm not really paying attention to the chat. I'm trying to... Sorry guys, let me see where we're at on the chat here. Maple Grove is a full-time station. A lot of the agencies in the metro Minnesota, area of Minneapolis, St. Paul, Twin Cities area are full-time, or the duty crews are really getting away from paid on call, which the majority of our agencies, fire agencies in Minnesota, are paid on call, considered volunteer. That's what I was when I was here in Minnesota. When I was in Georgia, we had a mix of full-time and volunteer, and it was true volunteer. We got a check, one year I got a check in Georgia, I think right around about between $500 and $600 from the county. But we were true volunteers. That's all we got for the year. Everything else came out of our own pocket for gas, for it was gas and equipment we bought. We bought our own air packs. We usually bought some of our own helmets if we wanted a different style helmet, like what you see on these guys, versus what we call the turtle shell helmet, more of the traditional helmets. Gloves, boots, just a lot of different things that we bought on our own as being true volunteers, came out of our own pocket. As a volunteer, you see how he has a navy blue uniform on. We ended up buying our own. So paid on call is basically a part-time. You know, I wouldn't even consider paid on call. Paid on call isn't really a full-time job. You get about $15, $16 an hour for training and calls. So unless you were in a super busy city, you didn't make much money. I mean, the one agency I was with, I was running 4 or 5 calls a day plus training. I think I got a check for about in 3 months, $2,000. Most of it goes to a pension pool program. You can see what he's got on around his neck. We call it underwear. That's to protect from your jacket to your helmet. You can see a complete difference from law enforcement to firefighting. Not one of them have an issue with me being here. They're super great. Maple Grove PD has been pretty good as well. The first fan you guys see was a gas-powered fan. Super powerful, works really well. Now they're bringing up an electric-powered fan to blow air into the house. Firefighting school I did here in Minnesota. Let's see, Chopper. Yeah, firefighting school is pretty interesting. We have it's all, the one I did through was Hennepin Tech College, and it was multiple parts. Thin Blue Line Slayer, I do agree. Stupidity is very scary. That happens anywhere and everywhere. But there's Firefighter 1, which is a basic fire, and then there's an advanced where it's Firefighter 2, and then you have, it used to be First Responder, which is EMS. My certifications that I got here in Minnesota are good for pretty much a lifetime because they're national certs. They're also good, I think, in 46 or 48 states, and they're also they're IFSA certifications. Your EMS is every year and you have to renew it, and I think at the second year you're not current, but you don't have to retest. You just have to renew. Or you don't have to go through school, you just have to renew. Hazmat, I don't know what the length of that one is, but the national certs never go away. So when I went down to Atlanta, I was thankfully, I think all of my certs carried down to Georgia. So if you guys are ever interested in fire school at all, I'd recommend you guys do national certifications. And there's NFPA, IFSA, and I think there's another one. Mine also works as a DoD contractor for the Army. So I can actually work as a DoD contractor for the Army or any military installation, which is crucial when you get your certification. So if you're ever going to do it, make sure you check in on that, so you don't have to go to a different state and renew all your certs. So they're removing what they call wheel chocks. The new ones that we have now, the old school ones, were actually chocks. They fold flat, they go underneath the tires, so when you park, it adds stability to the truck so it doesn't roll. So they're getting ready to move the ladder truck. It is very time consuming to get certified, but it's so worth it. I can tell you, once you're a firefighter anywhere you go. It's like there's only select professions you can get into where they're once a firefighter, always a firefighter, or once a Marine, always a Marine, anywhere in the world. So looks like Tower 11 is getting ready to get out of here, get back in service. These trucks are super expensive. There's a lot of technology that goes into the reason the tires are in certain areas. So in the front, easy for turning. In the back, you have the back swing, so it's easy to swing for maneuverability. And the new trucks are like driving Cadillacs. The old trucks are like old trucks. There goes Tower 11. Different different fire departments require different training, depends on what truck you're on. Most are just a general form of training. With smaller departments, let me try and zoom in here for you guys. Well, it didn't burn down. It was inside. It was unoccupied. There's so much stuff going on here in Minnesota, guys. I can only cover so much. We got tons of stuff going on in Bloomington. We got stuff going on in Minneapolis. We got shootings. We got carjacking. It's just nonstop. How do I know what's going on? Twitter, MN Crimes is how I get the majority of my information. They have a YouTube channel. If one of my mods can drop the link to MN Crime on YouTube, and also they're on Twitter. That's mainly how I follow them, on Twitter. Yeah. I don't, how long will they be Deployed for if they have... deployed, I'm not following you. Alright guys, here's a behind the scene look to firefighting right here. Hi Minneapple, thanks for jumping on. But this is the majority of firefighting right here. So you got power crew, gas company out here shutting off everything to the house. But see how a lot of standing around? It's because that's what it is. You got to have at least one person outside for every person you have inside. But when the fires get wound down like this is what it turns into. A lot of waiting around, making sure it's out before you leave. It's the last thing you want is the New Yorker helmet. You're right, Doom. That is a New Yorker. But this is what it's like a lot of times, just standing around. Kitty's doing good. She's in the truck. She went out. I took her out today, walking around with me. So Kitty's doing good. Not all the roads are closed in this area. Just this little strip right here in front of the house. Mainly because, and I'll show you here. Mainly because we got fire crews set up here, but it's only this one little strip of road. One of the neighbors just left, so there's no impact here. Just maybe a little bit of a detour right down at that intersection. Yeah, LA wears a little bit different. Every firefighter kind of has their own personal preference. It's a lot of traditional. No one lives in the house. It's under construction. It's a duplex. I think it's a top and bottom duplex, and it appears to be under construction. You can see the dumpster out there. All right, well, they just got the all clear to go, so they're clearing out another engine to go back in service. So they're going to grab their equipment, and they're going to clear out, get their truck cleaned up, and you know, it's hard to tell. I really doubt that it was an arson fire just because it's under construction. Accidents actually truly happen. But you can't rule it out until after an investigation. Alright guys, I got 63 people in here. I appreciate every one of you. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. There's not much else going on out here. If I get any updates or anything, I'll go ahead and pin it in the comment to the top. If you guys have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, leave a comment and I'll do my best to address it. When will they board up the windows? I don't even know if they'll board up the windows. Usually in this type of environment out here in the suburbs, there's really not a whole lot of boarding up windows. That's usually responsibility of the homeowner. I know in some of the major cities they do the board ups. I was never involved in the board ups. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate every single one of you. Can't believe I have, you know, over 60 people here for something really boring, but I do appreciate every single one of you tuning in and jumping on. I hope everyone has a safe and wonderful night in Minnesota. It's a very, very gorgeous weather we have. One of the few days that we have nice weather. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Jason with Minnesota News Now out.